Alright, guys, so today we're gonna be reacting to more Jesse Lee Peterson and some of his stuff. I love it. He's one of those guys that, you have to enjoy yourself and just enjoy what he does. He's very funny, very controversial, of course, and I do like controversial stuff. I like that. Make sure you like to subscribe. We're gonna head to 10,000 subscribers. With this, let's
I
jump
want to
in.
ask about the reason I brought up the statues in Washington, D.C.
Because you wanted to trigger me, Jesse.
Right now in Washington, D.C., the city council wants to put up a statue of the late former mayor of Marion Barry, who was twice convicted, I believe twice, convicted of crack cocaine. He was a crackhead.
Oh, wow.
Why would black people want to walk down the road and see a crackhead statue? Can you imagine walking down the road there in Washington, D.C., your children are with you, and your son says, "Daddy, who is that black man on the statue?" And you say, "That's a crackhead."
Why do you keep referring to him in such a derogatory way, bro?
Because the man was a convicted crackhead. But
you
yet,
really want to have that argument, Jesse?
But
that
yet,
people
good
who fought
men
against the country are more deserving of a statue than a man who was elected by the people in this country. I think the people by this country should. I think Marion Barry is a better representation, frankly.
A crackhead. At least those no.
Like I said, I look at
Those
drug
men
abuse
who
as
were
a sickness,
fighting
brother.
back
I look
then-
at drug abuse as a sickness.
Those men who were fighting back then, drug abuse is not a sickness.
You said drug.
Yeah, when you're addicted, there's something wrong, with the chemicals in your brain.
User.
That's the point.
Not drug seller.
Listen,
Not drug dealer.
at
drug
least the
user.
Confederate men were decent men. A crackhead is not a decent man. So
And he
you
also.
don't have any problem with taking down the statues and the monuments and replacing them with a crackhead.
No, I think all monuments. I think all monuments
You
are a
said
waste
no.
of time. I think all monuments are a waste of time, Jesse.
I mentioned Marion Barry. He was caught smoking crack. Radical Islam terrorism. How do you feel about that?
Radical Islam terrorism. First of all, I feel very, very uncomfortable with the terminology of radical Islam.
But they're doing it based on what they've been taught.
He's straightforward. He doesn't
Within
play
that.
games.
And they're not doing it based on the teachings
religion.
of Islam. No, they're not.
Where did they get this idea of beheading and killing homosexuals and killing the infidels?
From a very
they've been
very
taught
perverse,
by-
a very
they've been
not. It's not a radical Islam. It's a very perverse understanding of Islam.
If that's true, why don't we see in a public way Muslims out protesting?
Because what
point.
you want us to take to the streets
Yes.
and say that we stand against this stuff?
Yes.
Bishop,
The
finish your point.
KKK was an
Well, okay.
That's a
evil
good point.
organization, just
Oh.
like Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is a far-left, liberal, radical, agitative organization founded by a bunch of black lesbians and homosexuals and
Mr. Peterson,
radical
I
social
suggest
justice
you give.
warriors.
Okay,
And
wait
they
a
are
minute.
no
Wait a
different
minute.
than
I suggest you
they are
give
no
him
different than the
Kanye.
Wait a minute.
KKK.
Mr. Peterson, you're now descending into extremely unpleasant and frankly vile rhetoric. And I don't know why you think this is appropriate to say this on national television, but what you
Or to
just
think
said
it.
is completely unacceptable.
She said, or think it. Not only can I not say it, I can't even think it. They're called thought police or something, right? This is what
Yeah,
happens
that's
when you
weird.
allow the children of the lie to take over. Racism does not exist.
Children
It
of the
never
lie.
existed. There was a lie made up by the children of the lie. And by this point, this woman that I was debating, black woman, that I was debating, her mouth fell open. She's sitting there looking like she was losing it. And I mentioned that I grew up on a plantation under the Jim Crow laws and that blacks have been lied to. Blacks did better back then when it came to morality and family and not blaming and whining. They didn't have black leaders. And so they brought this woman in because by this time Piers Morgan, Susanna, and this woman were having a hissy fit, just literally having a hissy fit. Apparently,
But doesn't he like that? He likes to just be in those topics, very controversial, situations. I think he mentioned that before.
Oprah Winfrey gave what the liberals will call a presidential speech last night at this so-called some kind of stupid award they had, something called the Golden Globe Award. These elitist so-called celebrities are always entertaining themselves, worshiping themselves, making themselves feel better because they're just low-life kind of people, and so they need constant attention,
validation,
so that they can feel better about being wrong. I wish Oprah would run for president. Oprah Winfrey is the woman who said that racism will not end until all white people, older white people, are dead. Racism.
Did she say that? Did she say that?
Won't end until all the old white people are dead.
Oh wow.
That's Oprah. That's what. Looking at that, that's what hell looked like. You're looking right into hell. How come?
That's Weinstein.
Not all, but most black people always trying to preach. Why? Why are they always trying to preach? Oprah standing there like she's preaching. You so hot to beat me. You remember that? All my life, I've been beat by men. I ain't gonna take it no more. It's a way of seducing people. It gets you all riled up emotionally, and now you're all involved, and now you believe the lie. These same godless people that you're looking at, they support abortion at any point, most of them. They believe in so-called same-sex marriage. They hate God. They hate Christians. They don't like the order of the family. These are like no good people. Who want to listen to these people?
Interesting.
And the men of this bunch are just weak and pathetic, girly men. They're not worth a dime.
But I would like to know why it's the reason that we have weak men. I have a lot of theories, but I would like to know why. There has to be one circumstance that divide the post and preview of men being weak.
I would love
I think it has to do with the 1960 or 1970.
To run for president. I really would. Donald Trump would. The great white hope would blow her out of the water before she can open her mouth.
But their time is up.
But their time is up. Doesn't that sound like the devil?
For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men.
Lord have mercy. But they did.
Oprah, you were kissing Weinstein. You know more about what we know.
Speak the truth. What is that? The power of the men. What is that? But their time is up. Does that sound like Satan? That doesn't sound good. Did the NFL...
Which is not true. There is racism. They're absolutely unequivocally, without question, racism.
It's not. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yes, there is.
Did the NFL bring this up on Colin Kaepernick, or did he bring it up on himself?
No, he didn't bring it upon himself.
So did the NFL...
No, he chose to be the one, just like Ali. If you look at Ali, Ali spoke out against, the Vietnam War. And because of that, it hindered him when it came to the
You talk about Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, man.
Okay.
He was a pitiful person.
Okay.
He was also the same coward that did very well in this country, but yet when it was time,
he worked hard.
When it was time to go and stand for the country, he refused to go to the military.
No, the military.
So he joined the Nation of Islam and pretended to be a Muslim in order to not serve in the military.
He wasn't a coward.
But let me go back.
That's not true.
I write about him in my book.
Okay, but he wasn't a coward.
Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
Muhammad Ali at the time, well, I think, what's his name?
Cassius Clay.
Yeah, something dumb like that. Let me go back to...
that's wrong. You're wrong.
Let me go...
Man,
Back to Colin Kaepernick. Did the NFL force him to kneel and turn his back
No, his
on the
conviction.
flag and
He
on
didn't
the
turn his back
country?
on, it wasn't pertaining to the flag. You keep saying that.
Let me
All
finish the
right-
question.
No, let me say
Let me
something.
finish the question, then I'll
You're
let you
wrong.
respond.
You can't keep talking a narrative that doesn't start off with the truth.
No.
It wasn't about the flag. It wasn't about the military.
Yes, it was.
So, no, it wasn't.
It's never about the flag. It's never about the military. It's never about defunding the police. Never about those things, folks. Never. It's never about those things. It's always some weird stuff that we cannot reach. They burned the flag. It's not about the flag. They burn everything, all the buildings. It's not about the buildings. I mean, it's where. What is it? What is it? If I'm saying I'm against a certain things, if people say, "Hey, Pablo, I don't agree with you," I cannot say. I say you're not understanding where I'm coming from. You're not saying I'm not protesting against those things. If I'm literally doing what I'm literally doing is protesting against those things. I just
What
know
about
that
the
fact.
flag?
He refused
The flag,
to stand for the national
It's not disrespecting
anthem.
the flag because people disrespect the flag all the time.
Does
There's
that make
people
it
who
right?
wear underwear with their flag on it. So if I have my testicles wrapped
make it
around
right?
the
That's a good
flag,
question.
is not disrespecting it? You're not supposed
Well,
to
I
even
hope
do
I never
anything
see
like
that.
that.
So just to get it right,
Right.
there are white supremacists, and there are some of them are mixed with white Jews who are white supremacists. And you said there are black Jews, but no black Jews are white supremacists.
What I'm saying,
Are you saying that?
because I don't know, you're kind of muddling all of these definitions, and I want to make it very clear. White supremacy transcends religion. You can't equate race and religion and make it the same thing. Race and religion are two different things.
But according to you, no blacks are a part of the white supremacist movement.
Well, they're black
According to
collaborators.
you.
They're black collaborators with white supremacy, but they can't be white supremacists themselves. They're still victims of white supremacy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What is it like being a man and spending a lifetime looking at white people and complaining about them
It's
and
uncomfortable.
trying
Look at
to
the finger.
get them to let
You see how like this and he's like this. He's very
you be
uncomfortable.
a supremacist or a real man? What's it? I can't imagine living a lifetime thinking that some other man, whether he's white, black, Jewish, whatever it might be, Asian, is holding me back in life. As a man yourself,
Right.
what does that feel like?
Well, I don't complain to the white supremacists. All of my messages are for the victims of white supremacy.
Right, but your whole thing is about the white man.
The white
What is
supremacists,
it-
the white supremacists,
what
not
is-
the white man, the white supremacists.
Right,
Let's be
it's
very
still
clear.
about men. They're
we
white,
know
white
who are they?
supremacists, because you have white female supremacists too.
so men and women, white.
White supremacists.
Right.
Let's be very
but
clear.
what does
White
it
supremacists.
feel like to be a man who believe that these people are holding you back?
Right.
And so you spend a whole lifetime building your life around them,
I can guarantee this guy have millions of dollars. I can guarantee you.
trying to stop them, and they're moving on with life and doing what they do
Right.
anyway.
Right.
What does that feel like?
What do you mean, what does it feel like? I
Does
feel
it
like a
feel-
victim of white supremacy.
So you feel like a victim?
I'm a victim. I'm
And
a
how-
victim of white supremacy. Yeah.
And so are they holding you back financially?
Holding me back financially. Well, they can.
Are
They can.
Are they?
They can.
No, but are they?
Well,
They
are they? Are they?
can.
Yes
Well, I
or no?
didn't ask you if they could.
can. If I get too powerful, yeah, they'll chop my stuff down just like they chop everybody else's stuff
Well, are
down. Now, for example,
No,
because
let me
we get
ask-
into that
I
money.
wanna
No,
stay
no,
with
no, I
that
want to
first. I'll
unpack
come
that.
back to that. No.
I want to unpack that
I
about
wanna
that whole
ask,
money thing.
are they holding you
because
back
you can make
financially?
you can make a lot of money.
Terry.
They'll do the Bill Cosby thing. They can put all types of crazy charges on you.
Terry.
They can deplete your money. So
Are they holding you back
what
financially?
do you mean? Are they holding me back? I'm in a
Bro, I mean, this is the wizardry that I speak about. The question is very clear. Are they holding you back? Just say yes. If that's the case, then you just give your explanation. If it's no, say no, and then give your explanation and say they could holding me back. See, this is the problem. He's avoiding taking accountability because he knows, yes, it's going to hold him accountable. That's why he's not answering the question directly.
prison called white supremacy that's global. So we're allowed, certain black people are allowed.
So basically, just, man, hey, if you think you're oppressed, man, you have nice shoes, you're nice clothes, man. Give me some of that white
to
supremacy
have
stuff.
certain resources, but they know they can take
Are
it back
they
from certain
holding
black
Tariq
people.
Nasheed back
Well,
financially?
I'm in a system where they can hold me back.
But right now they're not holding you back.
Well, they can hold me back.
Are they holding you back?
That's
Define
not the
holding me
question,
back.
man.
You don't know what. Are they holding you back from being successful in your life?
Well, I'm successful because I understand white supremacy, and I'm successful as far as I can be, as much as I can be, because they can stop my success at the drop of a hat.
Victimhood, yeah.
Do you
Profession,
believe
yeah,
in
that's
good and
crazy.
evil?
Of course.
You believe there's good and there's evil.
Of course.
And what do you
And
believe?
you're good the way you hustle
What
these
do
white
you
supremacists.
believe about good and evil?
Man, you notice what he did? He interject while Jesse was speaking. Jesse just kept finishing his sentence. That's strong frame. That's a strong interviewer skill.
That's a very empty question. I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
What do I believe about
Let
good
me
and evil?
ask you this.
What do I believe about good and evil? What does that mean?
You said that you are a minister, right?
Yes, but
And do you represent God?
Jesse, you're just asking me random questions with no context in them.
More and more men are calling themselves feminists, and they seem to be supporting that. President Obama, the first so-called black president, called himself the first feminist president. And wasn't he such a failure? He was a true failure. And I have with me Gregory Jackson, better known as Onision.
Oh, I remember that guy, Onision. Wow, man, we had come a long way.
YouTuber
Wow.
and music producer known for comedy and dramatic videos, personal stories, and cultural commentary. Onision, should I call you Onision or Gregory?
You do
Peter
you.
Pan.
It's either way.
Okay, welcome to the show, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
So you call yourself a feminist, is that true?
No.
Oh, you do not. So just to clear it up, I'm black, I'm a little slow. So do you call yourself a feminist? Yes or no?
Technically, I fit the definition of both an egalitarian and a feminist.
Amazing. And why is that? Why would a man become a feminist?
Let me ask you this. Why wouldn't a man become a feminist?
Because it's a woman's thing, and men and women are different. And so I don't know why a man want to get rid of his masculinity to become a feminist.
Can you tell me where it says that feminism emasculates men?
I mean, look around.
Oh, bro. And this was 4 years ago, bro. 4 years ago, we're talking about 100 genders and stuff like that. And, you know, we're talking about vasectomies and all this stuff, man. Man, red pill was not big back then. It was there, but it was not big. You can tell because I haven't seen this guy in a minute. So I would like, after this video, I'm going to search him up and see what's going on.
Value. That's what we've been dealing with for the last 60 years or so. Feminists turning men into women, and it's amazing. So why do you call yourself a feminist? Why would you deny your masculinity to become a feminist, knowing that you are a male? What's the purpose?
Where does it say that a feminist?
Can you answer that for me?
Yeah, you're answering a question with a question that's very disrespectful.
What is the purpose of being a feminist? Is that your
Yeah,
question?
since you're a male, why not become masculine rather than going the other way?
That's not what feminism is.
What is it?
Feminism is merely looking at issues where women are treated unequally, and it's making them equal.
But how about where men are treated unequally?
Sure, yeah, that's where egalitarianism comes in. It focuses on both issues and doesn't treat one as if it's a bigger priority than the other, even though one may be.
Jordan Peterson spoke about that, how egalitarian was starting in France, and how some of these intellectuals, they started just moving kind of funny, and the fact that back then he was saying egalitarian, I'm not seeing a lot of that word being thrown recently. I wonder why.
Be a bigger priority.
It's the wizard, folks. It's
Yeah.
the wizard.
You ask.
It's all about wizardry.
Masculinity should be the bigger priority today. Don't you agree? The slut walk. You know who Amber Rose is?
Refresh me.
She is a godless liberal who is trying to take the shame out of women being sluts. And so they had a slut walk in Los Angeles about 3 weeks ago now, give or take. And
Must have been very fun to watch.
it was disgusting. So what do you think about women trying to take the shame out of some women, the liberal women, trying to take the shame out of being sluts?
Well, if you could give me a real disadvantage that's consistent with somebody being, by definition, a slut, we might be able to actually talk about slut validation shaming and that.
And so let me ask, should they take the shame out of being sluts?
If it increases the chance of unwanted pregnancy and disease, then there's a reason to feel like that.
How having promiscuous or a lot of sex will decrease the chance of diseases and pregnancy?
That's not the best thing.
Amazing.
That's the wizard, folks.
Men who are
He
raised
says
by
with such
good
confidence.
fathers are mentally and emotionally strong. And so when they go through challenges and issues of life, they overcome them rather than succumbing to them. The issues taking over their lives and causing them to become depressed.
So are you saying that people with good fathers never get depressed?
Right.
That's interesting. I'd like to see anything backing that up.
You're looking at one now. Have you forgiven your father as well?
No, absolutely not.
And will you ever forgive him?
No. No.
But if you don't, you're never going to have peace in your life.
I have peace with not forgiving.
No, it's impossible to have peace unless...
You know what's crazy? He looks kind of angry too. He looks kind of passive-aggressive body language. Listen, man, I'm not picking on you. I'm just reporting how I see it, right?
you forgive. So do you still deal with depression?
Wait, do you forgive Hitler then?
Yeah.
So I could quote you on you saying, I forgive Hitler.
I hold no resentment.
Yeah. Bro, Hitler was dead like almost 80 years old, man. Why do you have to even hold resentment on someone that you didn't even met?
Or anger to anyone.
Well, I do not forgive Hitler.
But you're never going to be happy unless you forgive your father.
That's your opinion.
No. It's a fact. It's not an opinion.
Are you a psychologist, or you went to college for that major?
No, you
That's
can't trust
man.
those people who go to college. They are as dumb as a doorknob.
Okay.
But I am a pastor, so I deal with this kind of stuff all the time.
Oh, well, that's why you would say that college people are dumb as a doorknob.
They are. They only give you, they hook you, take your money, and then they send you over to a doctor to give you drugs.
What about people who go to college for Christian studies?
That's dumb too.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because if God called a man to be a pastor or reverend or whatever, he also teaches them and give them what they need to say and do. No human being can give that to you. Only dummies go to school to, only those who have not been called by God go to school to learn what God will have you do. Those people don't know.
Are you saying that if you never encountered the Bible, you would automatically know the teachings of the Bible?
Right on. Because it's written in your heart.
That seems impossible.
When you were a child, you knew the truth, but because of your trauma, the trauma of your parents, you forgot that truth because you were turned away from it. I want to ask you about...
That was interesting. Oh my God, that's it, right? That was very interesting. Very interesting. Wow. Anishim is the name. I'm gonna check on him, see what's going on with it. Man, that's crazy, bro. That's very crazy. It's a matter of just understanding the skill of being an interviewer, right? He looks like a person that has been doing this for years, long years, and right now he does very good. He knows where to tackle. He's kind of, don't get me wrong, he's kind of up there, bro. He throws some curveballs that you cannot even see them, right? They cut kind of wide. Oof, man. But hey, he's Jesse Lee Peterson, and a lot of people know him because of that. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one.